with facepaintingtips.com to do a St. Patrick's Day face painting tutorial for you. This is the finished design, and I just wanted to share the products that we'll be using today. We have got the Prisma cake Fleur. I have white Diamond FX paint. I have metallic green Diamond FX paint. I will also be using this wonderful product. This is a gold metallic powder by Mehron, and you need this fabulous mixing liquid to bring them together to make liquid gold. It's really fun to use. I also used this stencil, which I'll talk about a little bit later in the tutorial, and I wanted to do a bling mask because I love St. Patrick's Day very much. I ordered some gems online rather, and you can order them and use them if you'd like. If not, this design is fabulous without them as well, and I talk about different ways to do it without the gems in the video. Enjoy. I hope you learned something new and fun, and have a very happy St. Patrick's Day. Bye. So as I mentioned, I've started out by doing the first half of the design so you can see it. I know some of my viewers have a pretty easy time recreating my designs without a lot of instructions, so I thought if you could see half of it, you could probably get a jump start on the design. Here it is. Now I'm going to show you how to create this on the other side of my face. So I have started out by stippling some white paint, very small amount, on my eyelid, right by the ridge of my nose. Just lightly tapping on a very small amount just to add a little bit of lightness to the area. And I'm just using a high density sponge to do that. Just blend it as you need. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a sponge with some very beautiful gold powder that I've mixed with the Mehron mixing liquid, and I'm going to blend that out over the rest of my eyelid to make it really shimmery gold paint, and just stipple that on. We're going to put a stencil on top of this once it's nice and dry, and you can go over your eyebrows too, don't worry about that. Like the pattern to be, I really want to see this wonderful Celtic knot on my design, so I'm going to put that right next to my eye, and I'm going to stipple, concentrating from there and working my way outward and into the eyelid. Peel it away, and voila, you have a great Celtic knot right next to your eye area. The next thing you're going to do is take a 3/4 inch square brush. I load it with the 3 green shades that are on this Prisma cake. This is Fleur. And we're going to make some clover petals. Now the way I make clover petals is I just make a heart, and if you'd like to see a tutorial on how to do that, I have that on facepaintingtips.com. It's available for you to watch. In fact, the center clover is just 4 hearts, as you can see. There's a heart at the top, and then 2 coming out of the side, and 1 coming out at the bottom. So just make a couple hearts at the top. Very simple movement. And they don't have to be perfect hearts because they're not really supposed to be hearts for this design. They're clover petals. And then you can make a couple underneath the design. Just be sure when you're using this brush to make this heart shape, you keep it nice and damp so that you get crisp edges. There we go, that's pretty good. And I'm going to let that dry too. And I'm also going to outline them with some of that metallic green. It's also what I did with this center right here, so they really show up and have a little bit more of a clovery dimensional shape. You just outline part of it, grab a nice dry paintbrush that's kind of wide, and drag the green paint down into it. It's simple and quick, and it makes a lot of difference. Just lightly trace, and then shade. And you can do that underneath the eye area as well, very carefully. Great. And now I have this paintbrush still with this green paint on it, so I'm just going to make use of that by bringing some swirls out of my design, just so I have somewhere for my daisies to live. I'm going to lay down some daisies now, like I did over here. Excuse me, this fairy has a frog in her throat today. And I'm just making teardrop daisies, so they're pretty quick. Just lay them down wherever you'd like We want this design to look kind of organic, so they can be spaced out in any way. And you can make 5-petal daisies, you can make 4-petal daisies, whatever suits your fancy. Make some under the eye area. Great. And now we're going to make some dots all around. All right, so we've got our dots on both sides. Now, if you don't have bling, because I'd like to make this a little bit blingier, that's fine. You can, as I've done on this side, I've added gold paint to the centers of each of my daisies. But I also have these really great little gold crystals that I'm going to add to the centers of my daisies. I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. It's pretty self-explanatory how to do it. You just take the daisy, excuse me, you take the gold crystal off and stick it. It's self-adhesive, super fast. And I'm going to now actually take these green crystals that I got, and I ordered these online. All of these crystals are available online at different craft retailers. And I'm just going to put a big green crystal in the center, and then I'm going to work my way out of the center with the smaller crystals. So there's one. There's one. I'm just trying to space them evenly. These ones are self-adhesive, so they do stick on all on their own. And I'm just going to add a couple more gems to the outer corners of my eyes in a few different places. And I'd like to add a few little swirls while I have a moment to do that. And then I'm going to stick the gold jewels on. So I'm just going to bring a swirl out from my clover on both sides. Quick little swirls. And I think that's really what I was looking for there. So now I'm going to stick my gold gems on and show you what it looks like when it's finished. All right, so I've got my gems stuck on. All of my gold gems are now stuck to my daisies, and one of my gems in the center fell off, which breaks my heart, but I can't get it to stick. I've also added some gold glitter all over my design. You can use any colored glitter you'd like. Translucent is also beautiful. I just use gold to bring a little bit more leprechaun's gold into my design. So as you can see, we are all finished, and I really hope that you like the end result. Thank you so much for watching. On behalf of myself and FaceTuningTips.com, I'm